for another news special edition, Fantasy Football, the Fantasy Football Show news with Smitty. That's what we're doing right now. And we're going to go over topics like Ezekiel Elliott, Melvin Gordon, Damien Williams, and more right here on the Fantasy Football Show. Let's pull up the news and take a look at what's going on in the news world, the fantasy football news world. Darwin Thompson ultimately decide running back depth behind Damien Williams. So, preseason games will determine if it's Hyde or if it's Darwin Thompson. A lot of people talking as if Hyde's going to start in 2019. Who is in the room? What do you guys got for me? Throw some questions at me. We also have, let's see who else is in the news today. Tom Brady, that's no news. Carlos Hyde, this is what a lot of people have been talking about. Carlos Hyde taking advantage of Damien Williams' absence, that's not news. That's not even that. I mean, of course, Damien Williams is hurt. So let's not have a knee-jerk reaction and say, oh, God, he's going to lose the job. That's ridiculous. That's knee-jerk reaction type stuff, guys. Damien Williams is the guy. What's going on, Nolan? Next up in the news. So, real quick, let's stay on Damien Williams. What do I think of Alfred Morris's value if Zeke holds out? I don't know, man. I don't know that. I feel like Pollard would be the guy that would rise up if that were the case. I don't see it as Alfred Morris. I don't know. We'll see. What's weird is that if he was so good, why would he be available? Why would the team have not owned him as the backup? Makes no sense that he comes in and he's all of a sudden the guy. You know what I say to that? I say,
this is my last word. No!
No. No to Alfred Morris. But you know what I also say to Carlos Hyde?
No!
No Carlos Hyde. I am not. I'm going to take these off till I go. I might jump on Instagram on my phone here. And at that point, I'll need some audio. But, guys, Damien Williams is safe. Until this thing gets worse, let's say he tears something, he's going to miss multiple weeks. Then it's time to panic and say, okay, Damien Williams might need to worry about giving Carlos Hyde a big chunk of his workload. Right now, Damien Williams has the offense down. Damien Williams, by default, if he's on the field, which is the only question mark, will be the starter and the guy getting all the carries in 2019. If he's healthy. I've heard a lot of people say that they think Hyde is a better back and he takes the job regardless. I've heard a lot of people say that too. The bottom line is Damien Williams looked fantastic. What I don't get with that is how does Damien Williams, and Nolan, this isn't angled toward you, but how does Damien Williams go from being literally one of the best, if not the best running back for his final 6 games of the year, and all of a sudden people forget that because he has a hamstring injury and he's missing some practice time right now, and everybody jumps ship and says this guy is not going to be able to hold up. Someone else says that Hyde could be better. What about the games that he dropped? What about how good this guy was in the final 6 games of the season? Damien Williams was a beast in his final 6 games in 2019. Damien Williams had 10 TDs in his last 6 games. Damien Williams averaged over 100 yards per game for his last and only 6 starts for the Chiefs. It wasn't like he faltered at the end or had a string of good games, a string of bad games. He literally was on fire from the moment he got his 4 starts heading on out of the regular season on into the playoffs, and then he had 2 more phenomenal games. Let me pull up his game log. Let's pull up Damien Williams' game log. Let's keep this in so it stops. What's up? Dying Peace. What's going on, Garrett? What's going on, Tyler? I don't know what's happening. I went live, and literally, I don't think anybody got alerted that I went live. I don't know if YouTube has an issue with today about alerting people. But literally, I was looking to see if I had some issue going on because at first, the first 5 minutes, it wasn't alerting anybody. It's very strange. So we're talking about Damien Williams. We're talking about Carlos Hyde. I wish we could see the stats on here. Let me pull up the game logs for Damien Williams and read them off to you guys. And tell you how he finished. I know a lot of you know this. Damien Williams, the final 6 games of the season in 2019. The guy was on a tear. On a tear. I'm going to screenshot this and drag it onto screen. Damien Williams. The man, the myth, the legend. The guy I think could have a top 5 to 10 running back season. Yeah. Isn't that weird? You didn't get notified at all. I don't understand. Kind of weird. I don't know if YouTube had a glitch or something, but I literally went live and I was like, what the hell? Am I online? Like, what's going on? So, Damien Williams, game logs. Where are his game logs? Let's see. Damien Williams, why is this not coming up? Williams 2018 game logs. Let me read this stuff off to you guys because it's quite impressive. I don't get why there's any hype around Carlos Hyde at all right now. So Damien Williams, in his final 4 weeks, he had 10 carries for 49 yards. Oh, I'm sorry, let me go back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go back. Okay, so against Baltimore, he had only 8 carries for 14 yards, only 1.8 a carry. But he had 1 TD. And then Damien Williams also had 4 catches for 16 yards and a touchdown. So 2 touchdowns in that game, though. Then against the Chargers, he had 10 carries for 49 yards. That's 4.9 a pop. 2 rushing touchdowns, 6 receptions for 74 yards, 0 receiving touchdowns. But at this point, the guy has 4 touchdowns in literally his first 2 games, which is phenomenal. Then that was against the Chargers. Then at Seattle, his 3rd game, week 16, 13 carries for 103 yards, 7.9 yards per carry. And let me see if I can screenshot this and put this up for you, because I feel like seeing is better. Seeing is believing in this case. So let's pull this up. Screenshot this bad boy. And I'm going to drag it on the screen for you all. So weird, nobody got notified that I went live. I don't understand what the hell is going on here. I don't get it. Why is everything lagging? I feel like just closing out and starting over. Alright, here we go. Damien Williams' final 6 games of the season, right on screen here. Against Baltimore again, 14 yards, no big whoop on the ground, but he had a touchdown. He also pulled in 4 for 16 yards. He wasn't used extensively in this game. He only had freaking 9 touches, and he had 2 touchdowns in the 9 touches. Then in against the Chargers in Week 15, his 2nd game, really getting any type of volume. 10 carries for 49 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's at 4 TDs over the first 2 weeks. Week 16, Damien Williams has 13 carries for 103 yards, 7.9 a pop, 0 rushing TDs, but 7 receptions for 37 yards and 1 receiving TD. In Week 17, 11 rushes for 51 yards, 4.6 a carry, 1 TD, 1 reception for 8 yards, 0 receiving TDs. Then we get into the playoffs, where the guy has 25 attempts for 129 yards, 1 rushing TD, 5 receptions for 25 yards, and 0 receiving TDs. Then his final game in the playoffs, 10 carries for 30 yards, 1 TD, 5 receptions for 66 yards, and 2 TDs. The guy amassed 10 TDs in 6 weeks. And then had over 100 total yards in, if you average it, for each game of the 6 weeks. So why on earth are people doubting him? I don't get it. Just because he's out right now with a hammy? Why are people talking about, and no offense to the comment made on this, but why are people saying, I hear Carlos Hyde's better? Why? How is anybody better than that? He's a perfect fit. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I worry about injury, don't get me wrong, but it feels like this is the best fit possible. And if he's healthy, he goes crazy just like he did in all 6 of his games for the Chiefs. All 6 of them. He was phenomenal. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on, why nobody got notified. We literally have just 18 people watching. Please hit the thumbs up if you're in here. We need all 18 of them at this point. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It's not notifying anybody that we're live. I don't know what the hell is going on. So that's Damien Williams. Let's pull up somebody else. Let's look through this news. Tom Brady under contract. Let's see what they're saying on this about him. Brady will be heading into his age 45 season when this contract expires. Maybe Brady will start showing major signs of decline by then. It's possible. Waller. Return to practice. Waller. Spectacular. This guy's getting a lot of buzz. Keep an eye on him. What's up, Mike? Keep an eye on Waller. Carlos Hyde, again, talking about what we're talking about. He's taking advantage of the reps right now, sure. But time to not freak out. But I have said over and over, is my fan too loud? It's so hot back here. I want to make sure. Can you guys hear me okay? Is the audio decent? I've got this fan blaring at me. But I want to make sure it's not screwing up the audio all that much. You need to cuff the two. Yeah, this is weird. I almost feel like stopping the video and like going live again. I don't know why nobody's notified. This is crazy. Hopefully it's just a minor thing. This is what I have to say to Carlos Hyde.
No.
No.
N-O. No.
No, Carlos Hyde. In all seriousness, you must cuff Hyde or Darwin. Right now it's Hyde, but as I just read earlier with this report right here, Darwin Thompson, the OC, Eric, let's see, where is it? Oh, yeah, it's in the title. Offensive coordinator said preseason games will ultimately decide the running back depth chart. So we don't know who the backup is. All this talk about Carlos Hyde taking advantage. Then you have a news report like this. Which one do you believe? Then you have, some critical statements by coaching staff about Damien Williams being out. Barkley gets stuffed because the game plan, though. I'm talking about where you taking Barkley. Thinking about trading Barkley for Zeke straight up. I think Zeke will play this season for sure. Is that redraft dying piece? Guys, I'm thinking about doing a league on Tuesday, an actual draft, and playing a league out. If you want in on that, get on my Instagram at the Fantasy Football Show and DM me, and I will try and hook you up with a spot. Is that lighting better? Damien is clear, running back 1. I agree. Hyde is good sleeper pick, says Garrett. Garrett, I believe that you have to own both. I firmly believe that. You have to own, eventually it'll be Darwin, but I think right now Hyde and Damien are a must. I've said that from the beginning. This situation is amazing. It's not that Damien Williams is the best running back ever. His situation is fire, and he needs to be picked up and owned. Hyde, if you're a Damien Williams truther and you're going to roll with Damien in 2019. But what I just showed you, the stats, don't lie. Damien Williams is the man. Damien Williams enters 2019 with momentum that really no other running back had to finish out the year. He's the most on-fire running back. Him and like Zeke Elliott are like literally the running backs that were on fire all the way out of 2018. So there is no better running back coming out of the last 6 games than Damien Williams and Zeke Elliott. The Chiefs system is very tough to figure out, Mike, but that's where it plays into Damien Williams is his advantage. Because, thanks, Mike, because Damien Williams, right in front of my face, on fire right in front of my face, Mike. Damien Williams, I'm drafting him in the 3rd round right now. That's not changing for me. If anything, I love the fact that there's some negative buzz going on about Damien Williams. Why is nobody notified we're live? I don't understand this. It's frustrating. Tom Brady, where's some other news? DK Metcalf was held at a Saturday scrimmage with a strained oblique. How can he strain his oblique? It's all muscle. His whole body's muscle. Are you guys getting a delay of any kind? I feel like everything's choppy. I feel like this entire live is screwed up. No one's been notified. What is going on here? Jordy Nelson officially retires as a Packer. Jordy, we'll see you later, sir. Mike Evans or Julian Edelman? Dylan, take a lap! Dylan?
No means no.
If you are new to the show, Dylan asked Mike Evans or Julian Edelman, and I blasted him. So, Jameson and Garrett, that is not a legitimate question. Well, it was a legitimate question once, but I blasted the guy. Felt so bad. We tracked him down, and I gave him a free membership to sleeperu.com because I felt so bad that I blasted him. But he literally asked me Mike Evans or Julian Edelman. I'm like, bro. No. Not on my show. Not on my watch. Are you going to ask Mike Evans or Julian Edelman? Not on my watch.
No.
Not on my watch. Evans or Edelman? I still get upset over that, Dylan. It's a ridiculous question. It makes me upset, really. It honestly makes me upset. Makes me not care about Jordy Nelson. Get out of here, Nelson. Antonio Brown, considered day-to-day. AB still... yeah, I don't think this is a big deal. Received positive news from a specialist he visited on Saturday. The foot he suffered shouldn't keep him off the practice field for long. Next topic. Not worried about that one. Keyshawn, this guy, you guys need to be on the ball in your dynasty leagues to make sure you're picking up this boy, Keyshawn Johnson. That's the new Keyshawn Johnson, not the old Keyshawn Gurley or Bell. Nolan's trying to get a rise out of me. I was going to hit the button, Nolan, but I know you're joking. You're too good of a fantasy football drafter to ask me that question. Dylan said, hey, Smitty, I was never able to get in touch with you for your free membership. Well, I don't know if you're the real Dylan. Send me an email. Let's confirm you're the real Dylan. Send me an email with a photo. You can cover up any personal info. I just want to see your name and then I'm going to retract the other Dylan's membership because he lied to me because I gave it to him. But Dylan, send me a photo. Just cover it up. Just make sure I see the name. Send it to me. If you're the real Dylan, you're getting a membership. Email me. Where is everybody? No one knows we're live. What the hell? Come on, YouTube. Go pick up Keyshawn and come back, Garrett. This guy's amazing, man. Totally one of the most athletic wide receivers on this team. I wouldn't be shocked if he was the number one in 2 or 3 years. I really like him. I wouldn't be shocked if they released him. I mean, they're so loaded with wide receiver, and guys emerge and fall away all the time. I don't think any word on Montgomery's pass protection. I think he'll be okay, but yeah, we'll have to see how he adjusts to the NFL level. I mean, all these players need to have time to show what they can do and what they can't do in a real live situation. So we'll see soon. Chris Carson continues to look like the best running back on the Seahawks roster. I don't doubt it, but I do doubt trusting in him. I'm not going to trust in this guy in 2019. Sorry. Fail. Carson, you failed me one too many times. Another guy I wouldn't trust. Obviously, getting released by the Houston Texans is a bad sign for Deonta Foreman. This guy can't stay healthy. I'm not picking him up. Could he land somewhere? Could my mind get changed? Sure. Like if he got picked up, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a scenario where I'd even pick him up. Andrew Luck is hurt, but not too bad. His calf, he will sit out the next 3 days of practice, so we'll have to circle back on that one and see if Andrew Luck is at any kind of risk of sitting out or having something linger. This is the one report where Andy Reid sounded frustrated with discussing Damien Williams' hamstring. He's missed quite a bit, Reid said about Williams, who's missed the past week of camp with a nagging hamstring injury. What do they want him to do? Run and snap his freaking leg off? He missed a lot of plays. It's been great for these other guys. Now, that can be taken out of context in so many ways. And order of questioning. What do you think about Damien Williams? Well, he's missed time, and the other guys have stepped up. We're really proud of him. And then everybody takes it for, you can interpret that so many other ways. Carlos Hyde's done a nice job, he said. He's got a lot of reps in, taking advantage of them. So that doesn't necessarily mean that Andy Reid hates Damien Williams. This just in. Andy Reid hates Damien Williams. He hates him. Hates him. Andy Reid said
No.
when he was
1,000 times no.
when he was asked, do I think Damien Williams is my starter, Andy Reid said,
No.
That's what Andy Reid said, according to this report that I totally paraphrased. Maybe that'll help Damien fall down a bit for us truthers that want to draft Damien in 2019. Garrett says, boo, Smitty, I have Carson. Boo. That's okay, Garrett. Garrett, we won't agree on everything. And Carson, I did like at one time. So if Carson can stay healthy, Garrett, he might win me back over. So don't you worry, young man. Alex got Henderson at pick 2.05 in his rookie draft. Thanks, no Todd Gurley. And let's talk about Todd Gurley a little bit while running back can do some reps. Rephrase that, Garrett. I'm not sure what you mean. Let's talk about Todd Gurley real quickly. I know a lot of people get tired of that, but the Todd Gurley news has kicked into gear as of late. Todd Gurley supposedly looked sharp today in a scrimmage, was getting work with the first team. They're still going to limit him in game situations. So for everybody to think, oh, he's back. Guys, I have horrible knees. I've tore my ACL. I've got arthritis. I didn't rehab it like I should have probably. I've been busy. And I tore my patellar tendon off my kneecap last year. I haven't really rehabbed that properly. I've been busy. I've got a show to run. So, granted, I'm not a professional athlete. Granted, I'm not rehabbing like a professional athlete. But I will tell you that I can still do some amazing straight line running, and I can cut for a few minutes left and right and look like a beast. You would think I'm a monster out on that driveway if I was to go out there, film it, cut left, cut right. It's different when you're in pads getting hit dragging 300-pound linemen. So I want to make sure people aren't taking this as Todd Gurley's back. He's back. Now, could Todd Gurley be better off than I thought? Maybe. And I say that maybe initially he will be better off than I thought. But long term, and long term I mean the entire 2019 season, I think he leaves people hanging in a very, very crappy way. And so if you're going to invest in Todd Gurley, you have to get Darrell Henderson. Now, if Todd Gurley keeps going down a positive path and looks better and better, I will be the first to tell you that I'm not going to say I'm wrong, because I think ultimately I got to wait till the end of the year to prove that. But I will tell you, hey, I'm changing directions on where I tell you not to draft him. That's the only thing that's going to come out of this Todd Gurley stuff. Him doing okay. He looks quick. He's not back, Caribbean Kid. He's not back at... You can't even come close to saying that. They're going to limit him all year. They've said that. So he's not back. He's back at practice. He's back scrimmaging. And he does look quick, straight on, not getting hit and dragging people. He's limited. He's going to be limited. But if he does continue down the path of looking okay, I will change my tune to the degree that he becomes a solid late second, early third round pick if you handcuff him to Darrell Henderson, because I still firmly believe that he will leave you hanging in 2019. So, oh, you're kidding, Caribbean Kid. It's all about everyone's going to be tricked into this player. For those of you, I don't mean to define myself as a dinosaur here and reveal that I am actually Smitty, a dinosaur sitting in front of you. But I played fantasy football back when Marshall Faulk was in his prime. I played fantasy football back when Troy Aikman was in his prime. Back when Terry Allen and Chris Warren the first was in his prime. I played fantasy football back then, and if you remember Marshall Faulk's final season, where we didn't know if he was going to be amazing again or if he had fallen off, because he had had a similar path of Todd Gurley. We were worried about Marshall Faulk never playing well again. Could he have one more year left? You know what Marshall Faulk did in the final preseason game? Right before my draft, this is like in 98, 97, 90, 2000, I don't know, 99, somewhere in between 96 and 99, let's say. I forget. I've been playing fantasy football that long, since 93. So let's say it was whatever. So it was the final preseason game. Marshall Faulk goes out and has 3 touchdowns in a preseason game right before our draft. And I had already said, Marshall Faulk's done. I'm not taking him. I see the signs. He's done. He has 3 TDs in 1/2 in a preseason game, I believe it was, right before our draft. And I took him number 1, and he laid an egg, and he was never the same. 2000, Garrett? Thank you. So this was 19 years ago. Some of you lads were just coming out of the womb, and Smitty was in a room full of dudes where we were finally able to tabulate or tally the scores on a computer on what they called a PCU. Oh, man. So, Todd Gurley, to me, Todd Gurley fits that mold still. I worry about him. This is his final season. And I think Todd Gurley could look good and burn a lot of people. But I'm willing to change my tune and take him with Darrell Henderson if he continues on this course and change my tune, not to the degree that I trust him, that I would draft him a little higher than I've been saying, like third rounder. I won't touch him till third round. I might start looking at him at the top of the third to handcuff to Darrell Henderson if he continues down this path. I'm not ready to go there yet. I'm just preparing people that if he does, if he's able to get on the field and play healthy for a little while, I'll be more comfortable with people taking the gamble if they cuff him. Enough said. Todd Gurley, done. This guy right here needs to be cuffed to all Nick Chubb owners. You got to get him. I don't care if he's out half a season. Theo Riddick signs with the Broncos. What do you guys think of that? What does that do to his value? Curtis Samuel as the breakout. I like Curtis Samuel a lot. Bell or Mixon? Bell. Bell. I like Bell more. Mixon, for me, there's a lot of doubt. A lot of questions about that offensive line. A lot of questions about injury all around the team. A lot of questions about that offense moving the chains and not facing a lot of... They're going to face a lot of 3-and-outs, bottom line. I worry about Joe Mixon a ton. Kevin White is listed as the third starter in Arizona. That's kind of crazy. I don't think he stays healthy, to be honest. Josh Jacobs showing good hands at training camp. You guys want to... So I think we're probably pretty close to done with the news for today. Let's scroll up and see if there's anything else that's popped in there. Nope. Okay. Let me plug this real quick. What do you guys think? So Zeke Elliott, we've talked about. D. Williams, we've talked about. Melvin Gordon, we need to talk about. What are you guys thinking about Melvin Gordon? Who's drafting him? I'm certainly not going to draft him until the late second round. What are you guys thinking? I'm live again. Back again. And finally, we got the room full of... no one was alerted that we were live. Whoops. What am I doing? Okay, let's go to Instagram. If you guys don't know, this is where I'm going to get my headphones on so I can hear. Let's go live on Instagram. Damn iTunes, stop opening. I'm fumbling around like crazy tonight. Knocking shit over. Okay. iTunes, no. I don't want you to open right now. No, iTunes. Okay. Let's listen to this. Head-to-head action. It is such a new and exciting way to play DFS. Make sure you get on. Okay, if you enter promo code Smitty, fans get instant 100% deposit match up to $50. Use promo code Smitty. Monkey Knife Fight brings you prop style games online. You pick your favorite players over under head-to-head action. It is such a new and exciting way to play DFS. Make sure you get on to monkeyknifefight.com, enter promo code Smitty, and start playing DFS prop style games online. Okay. If you enter promo code Smitty, fans,
make sure it's that time again. Ask.
Let's go. Make sure you guys. I'm going. Let me see if I can get to.
Okay, drafting from the 5 spot by request in the.
If you enter, I can't get myself to shut up. Okay. This is not tonight, but I have nowhere else to go unless I unplug my phone, because all you're going to hear is me talking. So what I was going to try and say, but I really interrupted myself over and over with all my damn videos, is that Monkey Knife Fight, if you guys don't know about it, it's definitely something you need to check out. I'm excited to announce my affiliation with them this year, and at $50, 100% matching your first $50. So get on over to monkeyknifefight.com if you want to play prop style DFS. They are the awesome new players in the industry. Monkey Knife Fight. Code Smitty. Matches up to 50%. Let's answer some comments on Instagram. Looks like I did my job here. Answered everything on that one. Let's go to this one. Should I upgrade at running back, says George. His team is Drew Brees, Melvin Gordon, Mark Ingram, Mike Thomas, Amari Cooper, George Kittle, Kenyon Drake. He's okay. I mean, if he upgrades anywhere, he's going to have to... Why did I just thumb up him? I didn't answer his question earlier. I just gave him a thumbs up. He asked me, should I upgrade my running backs? And I went, should I upgrade at running back if possible via trade? So what should we tell this guy? Matthew says Watson, Zeke, Fournette. I'll answer your question in 1 second. What should we tell this guy? I think if he has to upgrade, he's going to downgrade his wide receivers too much. I'm okay with Gordon, Ingram, given that he has Thomas, Amari Cooper, George Kittle. I think he stays pat. Stand pat, sir. Let's reply. I like your running backs. I wouldn't want to downgrade. Actually, downgrade your wide receivers in order to make an upgrade at running back that I don't think you need. Nailed it! Builder. Builder. How did nailed it get written when I said builder? All right, let's get back to just talking to you guys. 10 spot is pretty good. I myself love the 6 spot. I think the 6 spot is gold in 2019. Gold, I say. What do you guys got for me? Hit me with some questions. Last year's holdout meant Gurley, blah, blah, blah. I drafted Melvin Gordon in the second round. I like Melvin Gordon at the end of the second round. T.Y. Hilton, Keenan Allen, or Adam Thielen. I think Keenan Allen and T.Y. Hilton. I think, God, they're all close, man. Toss a coin on those three players. Zeke is not dropping to the second yet, Roger. What drafts are you doing? Dynasty trade. Should I trade Sony Michel, Curtis Samuel, and Hollywood Brown for David Johnson? Absolutely, bro. You should have already done that, Matthew. Go do it. Do it now. Get it, Matthew. Dynasty. Should I trade? Oh, I just answered that. You just posted it again? Let me put that on the screen for you so we can all yell at you. Matthew. Let me read it again. Go do it, Matthew. David Johnson's worth that, pal. I don't like Sony Michel at all in 2019. You need to go get yourself David Johnson. Ingram or Henry? I go Henry. I'm not relying on Ingram yet. I know people are getting excited about it, but he's got to prove it. Ingram and me are on a prove it deal. No way I'm counting on him yet. Your team listed above. Can you post it again? Sorry. Lockett or Jared Cook. So you're starting a tight end or wide receiver at your flex. I mean, I guess Lockett for now, but Cook could be pretty good. We'll see. He's also on a prove it deal with me. I'm not trusting Cook yet. Post your team again. Let's do. Let's look at Let's look at some rankings. Let's look at some rankings. This, my friends, is sleeperu.com. If you don't know, now you know. And I have damn iTunes trying to open up again. Slowing me down. Where are you, iTunes? Force quit. Stop it. Okay. Let's look at the rankings, okay? Let's do some QB rankings, all right? Pat Mahomes, number 1. There we go. Pat Mahomey. Mahomey Holmes is my number 1 QB. Aaron Rodgers, my number 2. Baker, touchdown maker, is my number 3. Andrew Luck is my number 4. Deshaun Watson's my number 5. This is where it gets tricky and touchy. Do you guys like Drew Brees for one more year? Do you think Russell Wilson needs to be there? Does anybody think Matt Ryan should be right here at 6? Kyler Murray, I think, is in the mix here for a top 10 ranking. I think Roethlisberger might be slightly ahead of him in my view. I think Brady still potentially has one more year left. Drew Brees, Russell Wilson. I think I rank Russell Wilson here. I know it might be in the minority. I know a lot of people think that Matt Ryan should be ranked right there. Actually, a lot of people think Matt Ryan should be ranked right here, but for whatever reason, I just can't rank him any higher than that. I don't know. Bradley, if you go running back heavy in rounds 1 and 2, do you think going with 2 of these 3 Rams wide receivers is I go best player available, Bradley. I don't rely at all on what I've taken. As long as you can draft guys, you're not drafting like a third running back when you can only play 2 when you have 0 wide receivers. You take best player available every time. Njoku or Lockett, I keep Njoku, my friend. That's me. Thoughts on Mike Williams for the season? I like him. I think he's an excellent wide receiver 3. I don't know if I count him on as a wide receiver 2 yet. Matt Ryan, because Deshaun stays hurt. Fournette, 50-plus catches. I don't believe in Fournette, man. I just can't. What do you guys think of these QB rankings, though? You guys like Roethlisberger, Murray? What are you guys thinking here? Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. I know this is high for a lot of people. Baker, touchdown maker, number 3. I know a lot of people have him here or here, but I think it's going to be a monster year for Baker. I think Luck doesn't worry me a ton right now, but I'm still not fully sold. Like that, we're not going to see some kind of. I mean, his shoulder. Does anybody know with his particular shoulder injury what happens when you throw as many yards as he did last year and did as much as he did on his first year back? Is anybody worried about that but me? Am I the only person on the planet that's thinking that Andrew Luck has a little bit of like, I don't know, I'm just a little worried about him. Why am I so low on Wentz? I mean, honestly, dude, look at these quarterbacks here. You could argue he's here or here. Like, I don't know that I'm low on him. I think I just happen to have these very close QBs ranked in that order. You could easily put him there. But, I mean, you could easily put Breeze ahead of him. You could easily put Brady ahead of him. Brady, I think, if we're going to drop anybody out, let's do that. Let's drop Brady out of there, and we'll put Wentz there. I think I still like Roethlisberger over Wentz. So how's that? Kyler Murray, for a rookie, needs to be under him, but I think Kyler Murray does have a chance. Oh, you can't even see it. Does have a chance to unseat him. So, and I obviously respect Luck enough to have him right here. I'm just saying I'm a little cautious to rank him ahead of my favorite, QBs that are sitting right in front of me here. Mahomes, Rodgers, Baker, touchdown maker, and even Deshaun Watson. I'm tempted to put above Luck, but Luck, I understand Luck's earned that. That's why he's number 4 for me. That's why I haven't dropped him any further. But I do worry a little bit about his shoulder. Like, I don't know. For me, I think this guy, and this guy are league winners even at their ADP. So Mahomes, you got to take in the third, and a lot of times people don't want to do that, and I get that. That's why you're in Luck, because you're not in Luck. You're in A-Rod. You're in Rodgers. I don't want to say you're in Luck because you think I'm talking about Luck. Rodgers is a guy, and Mayfield, that you can get. Mayfield in the 6 to 7 round range. Rodgers in the late 4th, sometimes the top of the 5th. Those guys win you leagues at that value. You post your team. I must keep missing it. Matthew, where is it? Matthew! Look at Matthew. Here it is. No, that's not it. Where's your team, Matthew? I'm looking, Matthew. Hold on. How far back did you post it? Here it is. Matthew wants us to look at his team. Watson, Zeke, Fournette, Michelle, Geis, Juju, Omari, Calvin, Pettis, Samuel, OJ Howard. That's definitely good. What is that, a 10-teamer you said? I like it. I don't like Fournette. I don't like Michelle, but maybe you trade those two away and get yourself into another big name running back using both Fournette and Michelle together. That'd be my first thought. Maybe even Pettis. Throw Pettis in there because your 3 wide receivers are solid. Calvin Ridley, I think, will explode. Amari's pretty damn good as a wide receiver 2, and Juju's, top-notch wide receiver 1. Zeke I love a lot. Watson I love a lot. I just am not a fan of Fournette and Michelle, and I think you could just probably sell high on those guys. Get yourself into a big-name running back. You're already there. You're a type of team that can definitely contend right now, but if you made an amazing trade, you would be like head and shoulders, I'm going to guess, above the rest. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. Should we go to tight ends? Let's go to tight ends. Then we'll call it a night. Tight ends. Kelsey, Kittle. Yes, Kittle's my number 2. Ertz, Howard, Henry, Njoku, Ingram, Cook, Hawkinson, Fant, Ebron. What do you guys think of that? Top 10. Hooper, I think Hooper should be top 10. I think Hooper should be 10. Yeah, that's how I got it. And I think Ebron is just, whoops, didn't mean to move Hooper. So there we go. I think Hooper, Ebron, however you want to say it. Ebron is right, 11. So my top 10 are Hooper. Let me move this graphic out of the way. Hooper, Hawkinson, Jared Cook. Ingram's going to be a little low for some of you Ingram truthers out there. And Njoku, I think, actually, let's move that bad boy up to number... This is where I think he finishes, David Njoku. But I think it's safe to draft him more along these lines because I think you can get him that late. So just know that my favorite late tight end to grab is David Njoku. This guy's climbing boards like crazy. I don't know that I buy into it yet in that offense, but maybe Eli leans on him a ton. This guy hasn't proven anything yet because he can't stay healthy, but everybody loves him. Who knows? OJ Howard, will he be used? Will tight ends be used in this offense like everybody hopes so? We'll find out. Is Ertz going to drop off? Is Goddard going to dig into his time? Is Ertz at his end? People seem to be doubting him like crazy. These two guys are the only locks in fantasy football in 2019 to be as good as they've been in the past. I think Kittle could hang with Kelsey all year. Call me crazy, call me what you want, but I think these guys are interchangeable in 2019. The difference is this guy can be drafted in the third round. This guy's going in the first or early second, middle second, whatever. I'm not drafting Kelsey because I don't want to pay the price of that kind of tight end when I've got a guy in George Kittle that can be just as good and grabbed in round 3. George Kittle is the guy. George Kittle is the difference maker in 2019, and you can win your league drafting George Kittle in 2019 at third round value. If you can get him in the fourth round, even better. That's league winning. Mayfield in tier 3? Hell no! Mayfield's in tier 1, baby. Tier 1. Baker Mayfield round 3? Tier 3? Baker Mayfield ain't tier 3. My boy is tier 1, bro. Baker, touchdown maker. Who the F is Hawkinson and Fant? Those are rookies, bro. But they're really good. Hawkinson could be good right out of the gate. No McDonald? Not yet. I mean, he's right around there. You'll find McDonald a little bit down the way, but, you know. Ebron is 10. 10-ish. Hunter Henry is going to beast, you say? Garrett, I can get on board with that at the right price. What's up, Tez? Yeah, David says thumbs up. You guys, please hit that thumbs up for me. David Pence says so. If I've helped you at all, hit that thumbs up and let people know that you're liking this show and you want more. You want more, the Fantasy Football Show, and so should they. You guys want to do some trades? Tired. Let's see if there's any more news. No more news. Garrett says, dude, we did skip Wentz. We didn't skip Wentz. Who skipped Wentz? Thoughts on Carson Wentz is here. I don't know, 7 to 10. Could he have potential for more? Yeah. Mike says, 43 people in the chat. Come on, guys, hit that like button. Smitty needs you. Smitty needs you. I've done 2 lives today. 2. Lamar Miller's value goes up. Not really. I mean, Foreman wasn't threatening much. YouTube time. Yes, sir. Kevin says Matthew Beard didn't win a game in his league for most of the season. Huh. Huge help, says Matthew. Best fantasy football talker out there. Better than Matthew Berry. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, sir. Tez has a question. Smitty, why does it seem like all of the heavy stars are getting hurt in training camp? Seems like Zeke and Gordon are better off not going to camp. Dude, our ligaments and I'd love to I'll get a doctor on here, or a physical therapist or something like that soon. But our bodies aren't meant to be as big as they are at the NFL level. They're just not. So injuries are going to happen. You got so much torque on these ligaments that can only grow so much. And you got guys, that are carrying more weight, more force, cutting left and right. That's why you don't see players lasting like an Emmitt Smith did or LaDainian Tomlinson. You have a 4 to 5 year shelf life as one of these bruising running backs. And you're getting hit by, tougher guys now, heavier. David Johnson or James Conner, let me ask you a question, Jared, and I'm not trying to pick on you or go at you or anything, but where are these guys ADP-wise? Because last time I checked, David Johnson's like 5 to 7, James Conner's in the second round. So unless there's some keeper value attached to these, it's like a round off. So I just want to make sure I understand the question right. So hit me back if you got anything to add to that makes it a dynamic trade to look at. But David Johnson's like a whole round ahead of him ADP-wise. Like the videos. Come on, people. We are all asking. Yep. If you got any questions, hit me. I'm going to answer them here on the way out. It'll be all Q&A. Smitty, with Aaron Jones as a holdover at pick 8, would you consider Gordon on the wraparound? It depends on who's available, Gabriel. I have to have more info than that. Would I consider him? Sure. But what am I looking at? Like what players? Toss out like 4 guys that I'm comparing or that I'm deciding between alongside of Gordon, then I'll tell you who to pick. But, I mean, it completely depends on who's available. I can't endorse. You're asking me to co-sign, and I don't even know what's going on. Dalvin Cook versus Nick Chubb. Give me Dalvin Cook all day long. But if you cuff Chubb to Kareem Hunt, which you can't guarantee, but if you could guarantee that to me or trade me the duo for Dalvin Cook, then it's more along the lines of even. But 1-for-1, Dalvin Cook all day long and twice on Sunday night. David, guess our league changed to an auction league and I'm not excited about it. Dude, David, auctions are the best, man. You control your destiny. I'm taking these off. Why do I even have these on anymore? I don't even need those. It's kind of, oh God, less sweaty. I feel like I'm back. I feel like myself now. Is Alexander Madison any good? I told someone to draft him in a rookie draft today. Is he any good? I told David's funny. I gave somebody some advice today to take David Madison. I don't know. Is he good? That's funny, David. Yeah, you gave good advice. Thank God, David. I like Madison. Madison's going to be pretty damn good. Yep, he's definitely Cook's handcuff. But it's Dalvin Cook, not Cook. Yeah. Oh, Cook's apostrophe. Okay. Yeah, he's Cook's handcuff for sure, David, and he's a beast. So, Pence, you gave good advice, my man. Way to go. And auction is the way to go. Auction rocks, man. So, I got exciting news. Two pieces of exciting news. One, I'm doing a live stream again. August 23rd, Friday. I'm live streaming for 24 straight hours. David, are you going to be there? David, you seem new. Anderson, are you going to be there? Should I target Tariq Cohen? Depends on for what, Anderson. Toss out comparable players next to him. Tez, are you going to be there? Nolan, are you going to be there? Garrett, are you going to be there? Bruce, are you going to be there? Nick, are you going to be there? Nick G. Kevin, are you going to be there? August 23rd. I'm going live for 24 straight hours. Gabe, are you going to be there? Starting August 23rd, Friday, going 24 hours straight live. I've done it before. I'm doing it again. I'm damn excited to do it. I want all of you there. August 23rd is a Friday, Garrett. That's right. And I'm going live in your living room, on your phones, 24 straight hours. I want you to try and hang with me as long as you can. And we're doing a 48-team league where we're having, Dolan, don't even have to ask you, we're having 4 copies of every player in the league. So it's essentially a 12-team league feel. Because if we have 12, so if you have 48 teams, it's essentially like you're playing in a 12-team league, because 4 copies times 4 times 12 is the 40. So it'll feel, you can't own Zeke Elliott like 4 times or anything like that. You can only own one player once, but there's 4 copies of every player. So it's going to be unusual, fun. There'll be 4 teams that have Mahomes. There'll be 4 teams that have Zeke, 4 teams that have Barkley. I've got a couple other twists and turns, but get ready for that. A lot of the registering to be in that league will be on the live. So to take advantage of it, you got to be on the live to jump into that league. But the spots are going to go crazy fast. It's going to be fun. 90 best ball leagues. Well, they're best ball though, dude. You don't have to even look at that crap. That's easy. I could do 1,000 best ball leagues and it wouldn't even bother me. I wouldn't even think about it. Just check my standings or whatever. That's nothing. You're good to go, bro. You don't even have a problem. You don't even if you came to me, I have a psychology background. So I got my undergrad degree in psychology. So let's say, Nick, you came to me and you said, bro, I'm addicted and I have 4,221 best ball drafts that I've done. I'm like, bro, this is no problem at all. They're best ball leagues. They don't count toward your addiction. They have 0 impact because they're worry free. Your lineup's set for you. You check the standings. You see if you won. Each week you just refresh the standings. No big deal. Best ball, that doesn't count to an addiction. But I am not a licensed therapist, so this is my opinion. It's my opinion. Second piece of good news. Don't leave. I got more good news. I decided that I'm going to probably, if I can get it organized in time, no promises, but very, very good chance, I'm going to be doing a follower or a subscriber league with you guys. And it's Tuesday night. It's going to be an auction, only 11 spots, and then include me as a 12. How do you get involved? DM me on Instagram. You got to follow me on Instagram. You got to follow me here on the Fantasy Football Show here on YouTube. And DM me if you want in on that league. It'll be a $15 buy-in just to make it fun and interesting. Winner takes all. I don't know if I'm going to do total points or a head-to-head matchup. I love to do total points with followers and stuff to show that one standing of who's leading and who's got the best scoring team. I know a lot of people like to do matchups, but then you got to worry about schedules. You got to worry about all this crap. With follower leagues, I tend to like to lean toward the highest scoring team on 16 weeks wins, because to me that proves who's the best team. I know that's not always everybody's cup of tea, as auctions are also not everybody's cup of tea. But if you want in on that league, get on my Instagram and DM me, and I'll get you. I'll give you an answer whether you're in the league or not. So hit me up. Smitty, Melvin Gordon just posted a video 47 minutes ago on his IG working out, doing drills at Chargers camp, Chargers Stadium. That's good. Let's see if I can pull that up. Melvin Ingram, the Madcap. I don't see it. I got Melvin Ingram's profile up right here, bro. I see a bunch of photos of him at a photo shoot. That was July 22nd. Nothing on Melvin Ingram's profile. What in the hell are you telling me, Tez? Tez, take a lap. I've got this for Tez. Tez, this is for telling me to go to Melvin Gordon's profile.
Take a lap. Take a lap. Yeah. Take a lap.
That's what I have to say about that, Tez. Tez? We'll see you in a minute. Take a lap, sir. Darius Jackson working out with the first team offense, Cowboys camp. Oh, did I have the wrong Melvin Gordon account? Do I need to take a lap? Maybe I do. I am Melvin Gordon. That's not his account. That's not Melvin Gordon's account. That's some other Melvin Gordon account. I wonder if that's really today, though. You know what I mean? Because this is like a follower account, bro. Posner with the super chat in the house, Posner. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm in a league where QB gets 6 points for throwing TDs. How would that change which round you draft them? That's a great question, my friend. And I say, that's not his account. I'm pulling it up right here. I say that changes it drastically for me, and it might not change it all that much for you, which is good news. That means that you still might get Mahomes at the top of the third. You still might get Baker in the 6 range. You still might get Aaron Rodgers in the 3-4 range. But I definitely take, yeah, I know it's not. Take a lap, Tez. So I take Pat Mahomes, even at the bottom of the second, bro. I consider Pat Mahomes there, but I really like Baker, touchdown maker. So, Posner, if you have a follow-up, post it, and I'll definitely reply to you. I appreciate the super chat. Moral of the story, don't name your child Melvin. Yes, sir. But this I am Melvin Gordon, the third 25, Tez, does show him working out, but we don't know when the hell that was. And the holdout, people screaming and yelling, this is what you're talking about. So he's working out there, running around, but who knows if that's even recent. If you go to Melvin Gordon's real page with the check mark, the blue check mark, which I'm still waiting on, Instagram, cough, cough. I believe that, yeah, that's 300,000 followers. That's got to be him. Last time we've seen Melvin Gordon post, yeah, that's what he's been up to. Thank you, Melvin. I think Tez is back from taking his lap. Welcome back, Tez. I'm a Cowboys fan, says David, and I promise Jackson couldn't even beat out Rod Smith last season. Tony Pollard, Alfred Morris, and Mike Weber are all better than him. I agree, bro, and I think that Pollard's probably the guy to own right now. But Zeke will be back. But Pollard's my handcuff for now. What are my thoughts on Denver's wide receivers? I like Sutton. Smitty, I'm 1,000% positive that is his real account. Rolling on the floor, laughing. He promised us to follow it last year. He posts stories too. So I don't understand, Tez. You tell me that he has 2 accounts and one of them he just hasn't verified. He just happens to have 2 accounts. This is his account. This is Melvin Gordon's account. It says Melvin. At Melvin, checkmark. 315,000 followers. Twitter, Melvin Gordon 25. Pretty sure that's him, man. Melvin Gordon. Yeah, if the account you're talking about is Melvin Gordon, why does it only have 9,000 followers? Take a lap, Tez. Tez. Bro. So anybody want in on that league? DM me on Instagram at the Fantasy Football Show. Yeah, that's the one he uses to work out in Florida? I don't know, man. Then why... You said it was at Chart... I don't know. You said that was at San Diego's stadium or something, right? So if he's working out in Florida, you're confusing me. You're confusing me, Tez. Passing on Melvin Gordon, grabbing Chubb instead. I got smart. I'm planning on waiting for Trubisky as QB1. I wouldn't take Trubisky as your QB1, man. No way. Tez, taking a lap now. Take a lap, sir. You like my exercise idea? Damn straight. Hold on. Tez is going to take a lap because Tez was wrong. Hold on.
Take a lap. Take a lap. Yeah. Take a lap.
Thank you, Tez. Your comments are appreciated, Tez, when they lead to take a lap material. So if anybody wants in on my league, Tuesday night I'm drafting, I believe at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, which will be 9, 10, 11:30 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're on the West Coast, 8:30, 11:30 if you're East Coast. DM me on Instagram at the Fantasy Football Show, and I'll let you know if there's a spot left because they might go quick. It's like $15 to enter the league. Winner takes all. Probably be PPR, redraft, total point league. 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, 1 tight end, no kicker, no D, and it'll be 11 of you guys with me. $15. I'll have somebody do the treasury. I don't have time to do any of that. But it will be a fun league, so let's do it. Just followed you on IG, rolling on the floor. I was right, but gonna take a lap anyways. I don't know how you're right. I don't think that's not his official account. If he does use 2 accounts, that's weird, for one. 2, it's weird that he only has 9,000 followers if it really is a legit account. That's some bad marketing. If you have a 300,000K account that you're not using and you're posting on your 9,000K account, if you're Melvin Gordon. It makes no sense, Tez, so I don't buy it. I don't think that's Melvin Gordon's second account on IG, but we'll see. Dylan and Tez, tag team partners now forever. Absolutely. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I appreciate all of you. Get on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at the Fantasy Football Show. DM me if you want into the league. Only 11 spots. The draft will be Tuesday night, 15 buy-in. Winner take all, total points. You get to play with me. We're doing the draft Tuesday. DM me on Instagram at the Fantasy Football Show. Follow me here. Subscribe here on YouTube. Like this video. Once it publishes, please come back and comment. And let's get more conversation going regarding all these topics. And get ready for 2019 and buckle up for more videos later. Odell for Smitty, I believe, versus Juju. Oh yeah, Odell.